online.
What is your feedback for people that train under you?
What's my feedback for people who
Train under you.
like, what do they tell me? I get, you know what, just like what you'd expect, good and bad. People say, I lost money on that trade. So how did you lose money on that trade? Well, I saw it doing this, so I closed it. So, but if you knew that I was still in it and didn't make any changes yet, why did you change it? However, that being said, I like the fact that they're trying to think now what I'm teaching them, but if they just told me they closed it for a loss, that bothers me a little bit. Versus I made a change over here and you made $1 and I only made 50 cents. I'm okay with that. They didn't make what I made. Sometimes they will make more than I made. But if I hear people say they lost money on it, that bothers me a little bit, for a couple of reasons. One is because then they're going to tell other people that they're following but they lost money, but yet they weren't following because they lost money. So I don't like that part. But if they lost money because they altered a trade, but they didn't close it, but they altered it, I'm okay with that, I guess. But then I'll have those who make money. So you just like anything else, you get the gauntlet. Because what we're trying to teach people to, so even though I might make money, and all they have to do is copy me, I don't necessarily want everybody just to copy me. I want to start teaching you what you should do. And that means occasionally you're going to change what I might be doing, and I'm okay with that too. So I get all sides of it. I would say the majority of people are making some pretty good cash.
All right.
It depends on how many contracts you're doing, but when I say cash, I mean consistent profits, I guess I should say.
I'll give some feedback. I'm totally amazed. Usually, 70% wins versus losses. And I started in August when you first started it out. And there were trades that I thought there is no way these are going to come back. I mean, it's the adjustments, and that's what I was there to learn.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to see the adjustments. And of the 45 trades, roughly, I mean, every one of you that won was a very, very small loss.
Yeah.
So.
I think it was 37 cents per share.
But that was the thing that I was totally amazed that I could see these things. I said, oh, there's no way. Like Len, some of these aren't going to come back or didn't look like it.
Trades, by the way.
Yeah, I know. Stacy's a little wild. She really goes. I got out of the Radio Shack one already because it was profitable for me. But and sometimes I'll make some little adjustments here or there. But I followed it and I watched it. And like I said, if somebody told me that in 45 trades that you'll have one loser, I wouldn't believe it. I mean, I wouldn't buy into that at all unless you actually see it.
Some of the things that we're doing.
Yeah, you actually have to see it and actually be there because, like I said, if somebody told me, oh yeah, this guy, he's made 45 trades and every one of them's a winner except one, and I said, yeah, hold on to your pocket,
Sure.
So it's just totally amazing. Like I said, it's the adjustments. That's what I've learned.
And then you come here, I tell you, go check out the free stuff.
Yeah.
What's wrong with that guy? I can't do that. Yeah.
Online question, what is the average cost of your service, and if they cancel early, do they get a refund of balance?
Average cost of service is, we have a trial for everything, and the Protecting Profits is $140 a month for 4 trades. The newsletter is $25 a month. If you cancel early, you can ask for a refund. We've never said no. Most people just, if they do cancel, they just usually cancel at the end of the month. But because they go through me, you're actually contacting me, I'm pretty flexible with whatever you need.
Okay, I'm sorry I wasn't paying total attention, but the clarification, is that for both Perfecting Profits and the search software?
The newsletter is $25. The search software isn't just the search, it's stock picks, it's covered call picks. We trade stocks from beginning to end, we cover all the trades. We have a mutual fund on there, we have a homework section, we do live trades. What we do, and we follow those trades from beginning to end as well. That's part of the $25 a month service.
So I don't know if you can answer this one, but I know InvestTools, a lot of good instructors. I learned something from each one of them. Each one of them's got a little different twist. You being there for quite a while, in your opinion, who are some of the better traders and are some of the better instructors?
You got them off. They're all good.
I hired most of them and I taught most of them.
Yeah, well, who were the fast learners?
Probably, I would say that they're all fast learners.
Well, I prefaced the question by saying that they were all good. I just asked it.
Well, I would say that's changed now because Toss is over there, and I don't know if Toss is starting.
Did Toss buy InvestTools or did InvestTools buy Toss?
Toss by InvestTools bought Toss, but Toss was a bigger company, so it's kind of a leveraged buyout. And then TD Ameritrade bought that company as a whole.
And are the coaches and instructors and InvestTools active traders?
I don't know that. I have not seen their personal portfolio, so I can't answer the question. So the question was, are they active traders? I don't know that. So unless somebody actually shows me their personal portfolio, And that's really the question you should ask. You know, for if you're working with anybody, you know, education's great. I'll take it. I don't necessarily need to see that somebody's a profitable trader to get an education from them, but if they want me to learn every aspect of it and not just the general question, when you want my child who's in private school right now, so he's learning, his ABCs and everything else. He's going into third grade this year. I don't necessarily think that his teacher has to be active in everything that she's teaching, as long as she's a good educator and she treats him with respect and she allows him to grow and learn properly. But now when he gets out into the world and when he starts doing his job, I want him to have on-the-job training with somebody who's successful at that job. And that's kind of how you should look at your educators. Yeah. So I'm from the point that you should already have your education. I don't want to teach that part now. If you're going to come work with me and trade with me, I want you to see my actual live trades, every single one, so that you know that I actually am a trader. So the education part, I don't necessarily think that your instructors have to be profitable the majority of the time, as long as they're competent investors. And what you consider competent, I guess, would be up to you. But if you're going to go past that and now put your own money, your investing money, not your education money, but your investing money with somebody, that's the person you need to actually see their live trades.
Are you familiar with red options?
Am I familiar with red options and option planet? Yes.
They are equal to you or better?
I don't think anybody's better than I am. And I know I'm a little kid from stock market, and I accept that. But unless somebody shows me every trade they're going to, if somebody just has a call-out service, I like call-out service. Anybody says, here's a great trade, here's this, because it gives me something else to look at that I might not have thought about. Even CNBC to me is a call-out service. Oh, this stock is up today or down today based on this. That's a trade. Whether I take it, what I do with it is completely different. But I think that I like everything that has a call-out service, but I have not yet seen anybody that will show me any one of their trades that is better than I am.
So you're saying you're better than Kramer?
I'm better than Kramer.
That's not even a
It's hard to believe.
Kramer doesn't trade like I trade. No. But I don't trade like Kramer trades either. So if you want to put option trade after option trade after option trade, I think I'm better than Kramer. But I'm not going to do what Kramer does. I'm not going to go out there and do what he's done and do the money portfolio management he's done in the past. That's not what I specialize in.
Mike, you're obviously one of two incredible speakers today. Matthew, it's pretty neat to do all this.
Yeah. Okay, another hand from Matthew. Broadcast so other people get into it but can't travel. I think that's fantastic. By the way, that's the reason I can't do it, so I can kind of check this out.
Yeah. Tim, on the first talk, obviously pretty much bearish on almost every one of its trades. If you look consolidated, you're saying that it looks like things are maybe a little overbought, but the trend is still up. Two incredible people to know what's what. One guy says it's going down, and the other guy says the trend is still up. I don't get it.
There's nothing to get with that. The question was, Tim, as you look at Tim, was a little more bearish short-term and longer-term. And I'm a little more bearish term short-term, bullish longer-term. I might change my bullish longer-term to bullish longer-term after the bearish short-term is done.
You're just infinitely more flexible, and you don't really care what
That's the
happens.
whole point of adjusting. Yeah. So Tim's much better reading charts than I am. Much better. I don't feel I'll ever be as good as he is. But I do know how to trade and how to invest. And so that's why I was listening really closely to Tim's talk today. Does he agree with me? I'm going to do whatever I'm going to do anyway.
Yeah.
I just want to know if somebody else agrees with me that's very good in their field.
But isn't there a difference between the trend and where the market is going? Because the trend is up, but all the other indicators are saying
Absolutely.
it looks like we're going down.
There's a bearish divergence going on
Right,
right now.
sure.
Trends going up, but all the oscillators, all the indicators are
Right.
over the outside. Yes.
Yeah.
You bet.
Okay.
Got to end sometime.
Yeah. And then Tim might trade after the short term's over. Tim might go bullish longer term, or I might go bearish longer term.